Welcome to iLecture Online. In this video, they're asking us to define a sequence. What does that even mean, to define a sequence? Well, in essence, they're asking us to find a sequence, and they give us some conditions. They tell us that a sub 1 is equal to 6. A sub 1 is going to be the first term in that sequence. And then they give us a relationship between a sub n and a sub n minus 1. And so you can see that using those two pieces of information, we should be able to come up with the sequence. So first of all, we're given the first term. We know that the first term is equal to 6. Now, how do we find the next so many terms? Well, I'm beginning to suspect that this may be a geometric series. And remember, in a geometric series, we were told that the ratio a sub n divided by a sub n minus 1, the next term divided by the previous term, is equal to r, what we call the common factor. And so maybe there's a common factor here. Let's see if we can find it. So we need to turn this into something that looks like this. So in other words, we can go ahead and divide both sides by a sub n minus 1. So on the left side, we get a sub n divided by a sub n minus 1 is equal to 1 over 3. And you can see that once you have this ratio, that's called a common ratio, we have now found the common ratio, which means that to find the next term in the sequence, for example, a sub n plus 1, that is equal to the common ratio r times the previous term, a sub n. In other words, to find the second term, we take the common ratio and multiply it times the first term. So in this case, the second term will be equal to 1/3 times the first term, which is 6, and so that's going to be equal to 2. There is our next term. Now, to find the third term, we can say a sub 3, which is equal to 1/3 times a sub 2, which is equal to 1/3 times 2, which is 2/3. And so that's going to be the next term. And then again, we can find a sub 4, which is equal to the common ratio times a sub 3. So in this case, that's 1/3 times a sub 3, which is 2/3, and that's going to be 2/9. And that's going to be the next term. And let's do one more. A sub 5 is equal to the common ratio times a sub 4, which is 1/3 times 2/9. And notice that's going to be equal to 2 divided by 27. 2 divided by 27. And that's how the sequence simply will continue. If it is indeed an infinite sequence, we can just go on forever doing that. Each time we multiply the previous term by 1/3 to get the next term, times 1/3 to get this, times 1/3 to get that, and so forth. So right away, I began to realize that there might be a ratio between the two consecutive terms. That ratio will then, of course, be called a common ratio. Using the common ratio, we can then find each individual term in the sequence, and that is how it's done.